Bed. Love.
Bed.
Bed.
Love.
Beyond.
Beyond.
Bed, love, beyond. Bed, love, beyond.
Hey, what is going on, listener? Welcome to Bed Love Beyond, the podcast for the hopeful and the hater in us to discuss sex, love, and whatever's clever with like-minded people like you who are also in limbo with love.
Like us.
Thank you for listening to us on Podbean, iTunes, Pocket Cast, Stitcher, and
Google Play Music.
yeah, and today's episode is episode 48. When is the right time to say I love you?
Damn.
It's gonna be a pretty diesel up. So yeah. Yeah. So, before we get into things, I have an announcement to make.
Ooh.
Yeah, so yesterday or the day before, just gonna plain Jane it and say it, is that me and Yoga Chick, we are no longer.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just a complications. I don't necessarily, want to get into the details. I mean, sure, I'll like share a couple things, but nothing malicious or anything like that. I guess it just boiled down to, just not clicking anymore. Like, we both kind of felt that it was going down, despite it was a pretty good, I won't say pretty good run, but it was a good 2 months, that we were dealing with each other. And yeah, just things just didn't pan out. And also, I wanted to reference 2 episodes that we did. Let me see. Let me pull them up real quick. And I definitely want you guys to, if you're first listening, how you doing?
Hey now.
And you can go back to episode 38, which is chemistry versus compatibility. And also, here it is, episode 42, give in or give up. Should you have to sacrifice for the betterment of the relationship? Because those 2 episodes pretty much
Define.
Yeah, they define I guess, I don't want to say demise. That sounds really bad. But just the end of the relationship. So,
On the brighter note, you can eat like ribs and stuff now and not feel guilty.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I can go back to eating I guess whatever I want. No, but the thing is, at least with that, I am more conscious of what I eat. I just don't want to just go back and be like, oh, whatever, I'll just fill my face up.
Well, they say you can like take something out of every experience. You know?
Yeah. So so that was pretty much it. Cause I was trying to figure out another episode topic, but I mean, we pretty much did it within those 2 episodes, where it was pretty much like, how can you I was trying to word it before, like, while I was at work, but like, how do you know the difference between like compromise and like
giving in, kind of.
Yeah, you know what I
I
mean.
think it's a fine line.
How do you know which one is the right thing? Because okay, let's say we kept going out. Yeah, I would have given up like food. I'm not food. But
Food.
I would have given food. But yeah, I would have been a vegan. Okay, and I was learning about it. But how does one know if that's the right sacrifice to make? Because every relationship, you're gonna have to compromise on something. There's not gonna be the perfect
right
counterpart or the perfect opposite of what you are.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have to give up or / tolerate something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how do you figure out which one that is?
I guess I don't know. I guess you just
even
figure it out.
even with Heather, last week she was talking about how she has to tolerate her fiance watching football all Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
How does she know that that's the right thing to do? Instead of like, no, I need my Sunday with you.
I guess because of how much of an effect it has on your life. Like, if giving it up isn't changing you and or breaking you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then I don't see it as like a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like my mom asked me like where my boyfriend was the other day, and I'm like, oh, he's going to church. She's like, oh, are you gonna start going to church with him? I was like, if he asks me to,
Right.
like,
yeah.
it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Of course, somehow that got twisted, and then my brother was like, so you're going to church now? I'm like, oh God.
Yep, that's how it happens.
I was like, first of all, I didn't go to church, and mommy asked me if I would, and it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
We're the same religion, which is easy peasy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not changing religions or anything. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much stock I have in my religion, so it's no big deal.
Right.
And like, it's not gonna break me. But if he was like, you know, I go deep sea fishing every Sunday, I'd be like, bye boo. Like, you can do that.
But let's say he was like, yo, I really like you by my side at church. Like, why don't we start going every Sunday? Like, that's a different.
I don't think he'd want to go every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would have to see how it went.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go together last weekend, but he woke up late, so we just didn't go.
There's several services, but
I guess he only wants to go to like the first one at 9 a.m. So,
okay.
But yeah, I mean, like, but that's not like giving up a lot. Like, I've gone to church. I went to church with Heather before because her fiance didn't want to go and she had to start going. So I went like in place of him.
Yeah.
But like, just some things I don't know. Like, I don't know if I could date a vegan.
Mm-hmm.
I'd get like super fat because I'd want to eat just pasta all day. Like, I don't know what else I'd eat.
Right.
You know, and I don't know. It'd be weird.
Yeah.
There's just like certain things you just don't know if you can like give up, and you know, I don't know, like sometimes I feel like certain things are good for certain people, and like I don't know that they should like expect that of you. Like, if I wasn't Catholic and he was, you know, like I don't know like if we'd work if he'd be like, you have to be Catholic. You know, like,
well, especially
if you want to get married,
because you don't like doing anything when somebody presents it to you that way,
right?
You have to do. You like, no, I don't.
But like, you, what arm you gonna make me anyway?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't like if they think it's good for them, that's fine. But like, I want you to love me for who I am.
Yeah.
You know, and if it is that I, you know, eat meat and want to be a Buddhist, then like, be like, okay, that's cool that you do that. I just don't. And I get the part where it's like, okay, where if we were to grow into a family, you know, it'll be difficult. But then like you guys find a compromise.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be like a big to do.
Right.
I don't know. I just think like you start to resent a person after a while. Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah. I'm not saying all the time. I'm just saying like in some conditions I think you'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
You know, but I am sorry it didn't work out. I mean, I met her. She was really nice. You know, you guys seem to have vibed really well, you know, and I know that distance can sometimes play like a factor, but I mean, I don't know her personally, so I don't know if she knows exactly what she's looking for. It seems like she had like a lot of restrictions on the relationship, and like now she's kind of in like seeing what it all means phase where you're like, let me just play it around with what a relationship that I would want may look like and see what fits, and
right,
you know. But there's a thing about like when you're alone for so long, you know, you have to like really, really want to be with somebody to the point of like you're getting lonely to like bend, because like one little thing that like ruffles your feathers, which may not even be personal, you know, becomes like to a woman like, I don't need this, you know, and it's not personal. It's just, you know, you always think, there gets to a point where you like big yourself up in your head that you like always think that like you can find that perfect match of what you want. Yeah. And I think you have to like fall on your face a couple times to find out that there's no such thing as perfect.
Right, right.
So, I mean, maybe she just kind of has to go through that to understand. Maybe we all do. I think I did. I mean, you know, like I thought I was in love before, you know, and I'm not saying I wasn't in love. I did love my ex-boyfriend, but like I thought that he was perfect until like, you know, I realized that there was like a lot of things that like I wouldn't have withstood in a relationship otherwise. And then like once I got to the point where I was more independent in the relationship, I was like, yeah, this isn't going to work, you know?
Yeah.
And then I found somebody who was like more perfect than he was.
Yeah.
You know, and is this guy perfect? Most days I feel like he is. But like,
That's good.
I mean, like, I don't, like, he could do something like, and then I'm, you know, I don't know. And then I'd find somebody else. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not my end game right now, but like, I mean, I think you kind of have to go through the same thing. Like, just be like, okay, this is what I liked about this girl, and this is what I didn't like. I mean, you would probably never date like a hippie-esque yoga chick before.
Right.
You know, and now, like, maybe if you see something like that in somebody, you will take the good that you got out of this relationship and, like, be like, okay, that's something, you know, I could explore with somebody else, and you'd have something to talk about. And, you know, maybe she's into yoga, but not into veganism. Is that a thing?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I
Sounds
guess so.
like evil.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just take whatever's good from it and, like, you know, keep it moving, I guess.
No, exactly. Yeah. There's no like real ill will. You know, I mean, we both parted ways. We're not necessarily gonna be
pen pals or anything.
yeah, pen pals or friends. You know, because I mean, and that's weird too, because like as much as I guess we now know that we're different, we are like the same, because while it was ending, I didn't necessarily want to be her friend. Not to say like, fuck that bitch. Not in that regard. But it was more like I wasn't here looking for a friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was looking for a
You're
potential
already
suitor.
stuck with me, so.
I was looking for a potential suitor, you know, so, and, you know, she was just like, you know, like, be well. And I was like, all right. And,
May the
you
force
be well
be
too?
with you.
Yeah, right. You know? Yeah, man. Exactly. Yeah. I was like, yo, may the force be with you. And that was pretty much it. So I was like, wow. I was like, that's kind of cool, you know, like, that she did that. That we don't have to like play this game of, we'll stick together, blah blah blah.
I mean, would you be open to a conversation from her if she like approached you?
No, I mean, yeah, but I mean, we're so far away. I don't
think she's gonna like run into you in Whole Foods, but I mean,
no, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll speak to her. There's not a problem.
like,
Yeah.
Maybe once, I don't know, who knows what's going on in her head, you know?
No, right. No, I'll definitely speak to her, and she does have access to this podcast. So if you're listening, Yoga Chick, you know, again, there's no beef, no nothing. Like you're a very cool person, and we had some real cool like intellectual like conversations and stuff. Like you really reminded me of myself, so it was pretty crazy. So,
Maybe
good luck to you. You know,
yeah, definitely.
in
Good luck
life
to both
and
of you.
future endeavors, all that good stuff.
Maybe she set the bar a little higher for you. Not
What?
saying that your bar was set low. I feel like I've just insulted myself. Yeah, well, like, you know, like when you're kind of like dating, you're just trying to like find people like, you know, that you vibe with. Like,
Yeah.
now you know that there is somebody out there that you can have like those deep conversations with. Like, because that was your big thing about communication. And like, even though like towards the end of things, kind of like you guys kind of fell off with communication a tad bit.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, you guys were like communicating hardcore, and that's what you were looking for.
Yeah.
So just know that it's possible for the next go around.
Yeah. And one more thing, then we'll get to the actual topic. But like speaking of like not exes, but not like my ex-fiance or anything like that, but religious girl, so crazy. So like, yeah. So she speaks to me on and off, you know. So we say hello and stuff like that. So exchange pleasantries. And we're on Facebook as friends. So like I'm chilling, and on the timeline she's like, "Oh, it's so good to be happy now." Blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And I'm still checking out things, whatever, checking out memes and all that stuff. And then she's like, and then she has this picture with this guy. She's like, "Oh, I love seeing this guy on the weekends." And I'm like, okay. I was like, I'm looking at him. I mean, I obviously don't know him, but I'm like, yo.
I was like, do you know?
Is that like a new man or something? I was like, nah, it can't be a new man, because like she said that like she's just trying to like just be chill, and since her and I broke up, whatever you want to call it. He's like, all right, whatever. And then a couple days later, boom, puts religious girl and homeboy relationship, right?
Damn.
But this is the ill thing. So it says religious girl, homeboy, in relationship, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh snap, damn, okay. She did get a boyfriend, so I'm feeling a little hurt, I'm like, but whatever. I'm like,
Right.
I
Just
guess
a rough week.
yeah. Yeah, just just light work, a little rough week. But then how it says the date of when it said,
Don't say it.
what?
It was prior to you guys meeting.
It said July 9th. Okay.
And
I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, July 9th. I'm like, that's so weird. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I'm like, so me, I'm Mr. Organized. So I go back in my calendar to see when her and I went on a date or whatever. Or no, I wanted to see when we stopped
talking.
Stopped talking. I was like, nah, this was like in August. No, it was like July, August. I was like, what the hell? So I keep going back, and I go back to, and it says first date with religious girl, and it says July 8th. And I'm like, hold up. This just says July 9th, but we went to lunch on July 8th. I was like, what the F? I was like, come on, man. I was like, what is going on? Why? The hell is wrong with me, yo? Like, jeez. Like, I was just like, come on, man. Stop it.
Fine. Whatever.
No, she's nice. And no, she's nice. No, but here's the thing. Well,
she said she was dating other guys.
Thank you. I was literally going to say that. I was literally going to say that.
Sorry. I got vulgar towards her.
No, but my thing was, these are the two things that irked me as a person because of me, because of who I am. One is that now in the back of my head, I was wondering if I ever had a chance because this guy was always here in the background. You know what I'm saying? That's one.
Does she look atheist?
What? No, does he look atheist? I don't know.
I gotta see his picture later.
How do atheists look? But
I don't know, like Beavis and Butthead or something.
Oh my God.
No, I have no idea.
To all the atheists that listen to Bad Love Beyond, we love you. And you do not look like Beavis and Butthead.
No, my ex was atheist, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Atheist
that.
means like you don't believe in God, right?
Well, you don't believe in anything.
You don't believe in anything.
But yeah, particularly God.
Yeah. Was he agnostic?
She's agnostic. I don't know if he is. And the thing was that since he was like always in the background, like her and I, like
is he African American?
No, he's white.
I would like to know the stats on that.
No, that's fine. we did like special things with each other, and I'm not talking like sexually, whatever. But like she likes stargazing, right? So like one time she called me up and she was like feeling really depressed, whatever. And she's like, "Yo, meet me at in Hawthorne because there's like this park, whatever." So, and there's this park and there's a bridge where you can like sit and just like look at the stars, and that because that's her shit. She likes to stargaze. I was like, "All right, fine, whatever, let's go." So we did it, and like, we started conversing and stuff, and she was like, I don't want to say like smitten, but like she was really thoughtful, and that I did that, and gracious for that, and we did that, and then I remember when Pokemon Go was the craze, we went one night, we went to go get ice cream, and she was like, "All right, I'm gonna play Pokemon Go," because she was playing it, and she was like, "You gonna download it?" I was like, "Nah, I'll just look at you do it." And she's like, "You're not gonna download it with me?" I was like, "All right, fine, I'll download it." So I downloaded it, and then we freaking catching Pokemon and stuff like that. And then at the end of that night, we kissed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "Yo, we're, like it's
the build up.
It's building. You know what I mean?" But like, freaking this guy is like chilling in the back, chilling in the cut. And I'm like, "What the hell?" And then days after, I see the relationship thing. She's posting like, "Oh, we're playing games to like donate to like children of like Rwanda or some shit, with like with like her new man and stuff else." I'm like, oh, that's the angle. They like playing like games together or whatever. I was like, damn, you guys donating money.
Oh my goodness,
you good Samaritans. No, but like I was just like, man, and the thing is, and it's so funny because like today she texted me. She was like, "Hey, like, what's been going on? How you doing?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm doing good." She's like, "Hey, we need to hang out really soon. Like, we haven't hung out in a long time." And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "For what?" I was like, "Why?" In
when
my
did
head.
she message you that?
Today.
What?
Yeah, she's like, we haven't like spoke each other. I mean, we haven't hung out in a while. And I'm like, yeah, no, I was like, and this is me being petty. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, well, you're a busy bee. You're writing books. You're doing this. You got a new boyfriend. I was like, and she's like, I was like, yo, congratulations on that. She was like, thank you. I mean, and I am happy for her, that she found somebody. That's great because her last relationship was complete shit. So I'm really glad that she is. That she found a relationship. But the thing is just like, I don't like being good luck Chuck.
Right. I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? And for everybody who doesn't know Good Luck Chuck, it was an old movie with Dane Cook and Jessica Alba. And pretty much Dane Cook played this guy named Chuck. And the premise of the movie was whoever he slept with or hung out with and they broke up, the next person that they went out with, they got married. Or whatever.
The girl would get married.
Yeah, the girl would get married. So I'm just like, I did this for Yoga Chick and like with now religious girls, just like, yo, like I don't.
Tangled web we weave.
I don't like it. I really don't.
But you're looking fly today.
Okay, thanks.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I wasn't sure what to expect at the door.
What? Me?
I know, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be like mopey you or like.
Oh, right.
Or like.
Yeah.
I got a brand new bag, me.
Papa got a brand new bag.
But you're good. I'm good. I'm happy for that.
Yeah. Wait, what are you happy for?
For your positive outlook on life.
Whoa! Did you just hear the were you here for the past 5 minutes?
Kind of.
Where was the positive in that?
Well, I don't know that you're just like not like sitting here like woe is me.
Oh well, no. I the thing is, I had time to think about it. That's why, and also too, like, like I've said before, like off radio or off camera, however you want to say it. Like I've been through this before. As much as that sucks, it's just like, like again, and for reasons that we'll get into in another podcast with a special guest. We'll definitely get into the details of what happened with Yoga Chick because it pertains to that podcast. Yeah, it's just that like, I don't know. I just don't like just being just like that guy who's good but not good enough.
Right.
It's it's a broken record, and I want to take it off the turntable. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
So I don't know. It's crazy. I don't like it one bit. But again, I'm glad for Yoga Chick. She's she cut it off real quick. Because it could have been bad. It could have been really bad.
Right.
If it went any further, and with religious chick, I don't think she listens, but whatever. But if she does, yeah, I mean, we could chill.
Never know. You never know.
I know.
Oh my God.
But still,
literally.
Yeah. But so there you go. You'll get back at least this is good for the podcast because now you'll get Cynical Martini again.
Yeah.
You'll get him again. We'll get back to the good topics and all that good stuff. So
you should watch Insecure on HBO.
Oh,
it's so good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not like. Well, it's with Issa Rae, who you and I talked about like off record. Mm-hmm. It's just a really good show. It's about relationships and you kind of get like involved in the characters. Me and April are mad at Issa right now.
I saw on our website because I was like running errands and I was online, and thank God I had my earpiece on.
Oh yeah.
Where it was like, it's like broken pussy, broken pussy. I was like, yo, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
She like made up a whole like when she gets like that's why I kind of like her because when she gets like anxious or not anxious but like when she gets like in her head about stuff, she like just starts freestyling about what's going on.
Yeah.
So then like she had told her friend that the reason why she was having problems like with men is because she had a broken pussy. And then like she made up a song about it at freestyle night and just sang it. But then her girl's like in the background like chatting with some guy and she kind of like I don't know if she did it by accident but she said out loud she's like, oh God, she's talking about me.
Yeah.
He gave her the face like, what? Bye, bitch.
Yeah. So Issa Rae is she's the star of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's the star of it, and she was, I guess, a YouTube celebrity, and she used to have this show called Awkward Black Girl, and it's pretty much the bare bones version of the show Insecure. So I used to watch that show back in the day, just for a bit. I wasn't like really like hardcore or like, but I was a fan of it because it was funny, and like you said, that she would just, every time she was anxious or like she saw like her crush, she would freestyle, and it was so funny, and like all the freestyles came out bad, like so like she's good, and I'm glad that she's making it as far as she has. It's cool.
Yeah, they got renewed for a second season, so
yeah, so that's pretty good.
it's like relationship show night on HBO, because then like Divorce comes on after that. And that's a pretty funny show too. Obviously.
Oh, speaking Divorce. Of, I got a question for you, because I was
me.
Yeah, for you. I was talking to a friend of mine. So let's say you and I are going out, right?
Okay.
And let's say that you cheat with somebody, some guy.
Okay.
Okay. Now you are having an affair, correct?
Yeah.
But what is that person doing? What is the person who you have an affair? Like, are they having an affair too, or no? Like, you know, you understand the question I'm trying to ask?
Well, yeah. Well, I think when people like say, I've heard like people say like on TV, like I'm having an affair with a married guy.
Right.
Because an affair. Damn it, Google's upstairs.
Like, yeah, because like isn't the person in the relationship having the affair as opposed to the third party? You understand?
I mean, that person's having the affair, but like technically you're in an affair, right?
That's true. Yeah.
You know, so I mean, you think you're having a relationship, but you're technically just having an affair because that person's not completely yours.
Right.
Hence the title, The Affair. Showtime starts this Sunday. Get on it.
All right, take it easy. Good Lord.
Such a good show. Oh my God.
What season is it in?
Season 3 or 4.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's all my crap.
I don't really have anything other than I've been watching Insecure and it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, I feel like I need to make like a political blanket statement.
Okay.
Which really has nothing to do with relationships, other than like I feel like due to the politics in America, people have like lost relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not friends with a couple people now, but it's not that I don't care. I don't want people to get that impression.
Yeah. It's
just that like I don't like friction.
Right.
So I kind of like just like stay to the corner of things, like give peace a chance. I'm not saying give Trump a chance. I'm just saying give peace a chance. Like,
right.
Just like whatever. But I do understand like what it means for America and like what it means for like women and people of color and transgender, LGBTQ. And my heart is with you. And as soon as I find a safety pin, I will rock it.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my personal opinion on it. And I just felt like it needed to be said out loud.
Nice.
Anywho.
That's sweet of you.
No problem. And I don't want to not be friends with somebody because they voted for the oppressor.
The oppressor?
The other guy.
That's funny. The oppressor.
Sorry, the host of The Apprentice. That's what I meant to say.
That's funny.
But side note, the memes, the Joe Biden memes are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And feeding my life at this moment.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about love.
Yes, and when is the right time to say I love you? Since I won't be saying it anytime soon.
Who should say it first?
Ooh.
A boy or a girl? A man or a woman? Sorry, I just resorted back to 3rd grade.
A boy or a girl?
The boy has to say it.
I guess the PC answer would be the guy.
Oh.
Only because because I'm thinking in stereotypical terms. That's why.
See how women just got oppressed already?
I know, right? Damn it.
Damn.
Hillary, you should have won. No, because stereotypically I'm thinking because and also because a Chris Rock joke is in my head right now, where he was saying that like women in relationships they're ready to go. They're just waiting for you to come along.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like
that's so true.
So they're just waiting for you to be like, they're just looking at you like, all right, bro, just say it, man. We good. We just say it, and we're on our way. Just say it, and we're good. I got my bags packed. Let's go. You know. So if for girls, yeah. So I guess if the guy says it, you're only not solidifying. You're just making the statement true, you know. It's already a foregone conclusion. There you
right.
Go. It's already a foregone conclusion. She's like, I love you. She's like, I love you too. Like, boom, done.
Right.
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
Thank you.
So it's good. Yeah, you know, because if the girl says, if the woman says it, then now you're in not muddy waters but uncharted waters.
Right.
Because you're just like, ooh, did I say it too soon? Or I don't know. So I don't know who should say it. I really don't know who should say it first. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. The last 3 times it was said to me, it was said by the guy.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Not like this week.
No. I meant the way you worded it. I thought you said the last 3 times the man said it to you.
No.
And I was just like, word? Go Jen.
Yeah, the last 3 people I was with.
They said it to you first.
Yeah, well, my ex-boyfriend, the last ex, I kind of had to like ask him. I was like, oh, because he told me he's never been in love.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I asked him like, how, if you've never been in love, how would you know if you are? Mm-hmm. And then he was like, well, I think I love you. And I'm like, well, glad we got that out of the
way. And you still didn't even say it.
No, I did. I was like, love you too. But it was kind of like a tumultuous moment. Like I was kind of hospitalized and we had a rough weekend and he was like really there for me. And I was like, I love him. Not that I didn't. I did. But,
but you just put something in my head. Do you feel that you need to say it in your head first? Just like you just did?
I think you do say it in your
just
head
like,
first.
damn, I love this person, man.
Yeah, I think you do say it in your head first, and then you're like, oh, I love him. Fuck. Oh my God.
What do I do?
I was like, I'm not saying it. So like I like start with the like, I adore you. And I'm like, oh, damn it, don't say it. Like my current boyfriend, he was just like, I was like trying to watch SVU or something, and he was doing laundry. And he just like came over and he's like, fuck it, I love you. I was like, so cute.
Wow.
And he's like so upset that he said it that way. He's going to kill me.
Yeah, that's kind of it's kind of violent. That's why.
No, it was cute.
Fuck it, I love you.
It was cute. It was so cute. He was just like, because he was like staring at me like he had something to say, but like, he was like, shut up.
Nah, it's just funny. It is funny.
He was like, I'm like, and I was looking at him like, yeah, and he's like, fuck it, I love you. I'm like, oh my God, I love you too.
No, but that's kind of like the best. That's kind of like the best way to do it, because I'll tell you what happened in his head. It's because things were just normal. You know what I'm saying? You were watching SVU. He was doing laundry. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you guys were at like a freaking 4-star restaurant or a 5-star hotel. You guys were just doing something very mundane and everyday. Mm-hmm. And he right then and there, he just felt the moment. You know, it's just like, wow, I feel good right now. You know what I'm saying? And my girl's right there watching her show, and I'm just, you know, folding my boxers the way that I like it. You know, yo, I'm gonna tell I love her, and that's why, you know. So that's cool, man. That's awesome.
And then he was like, no, I want to take it back. I want to do it special. I'm like, oh God.
Now, do you remember what month that was in? Not literally.
Yeah.
But like.
It was
not like August.
It was August.
Oh, no, okay. But I mean, like, was it in the 3rd month, the 4th month of your relationship? That's what I meant.
August is 8, and it was 6 months.
Oh, okay. All right.
6 months in.
Wow.
Mind you, we moved very slow.
Yeah.
Very.
Right.
Very. And we continue to move very slow.
Right.
Actually, no, I shouldn't say that because he's going to get upset. He's going to be like, oh, you don't think I move fast enough. I'm like, it's not that. I'm just greedy. I just want what I want.
Right.
But I remember my ex before my ex said it to me. And then I was like all like smitten. He's the one that like I had the incident with, the abusive boyfriend I talked about on the show and spilled water on me in the restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Well, I took him to Florida. I don't really regret that actually. We actually, that was like the best time I ever had with him in like my life, other than when we were staying at my friend's house.
Yeah.
Like he went to the bathroom for like a long time with his phone, and I was like paranoid. I don't know. I just thought he was like texting bitches, and so I was like being like a little crazy. And then he like flipped out on me, and then I don't know. Then I didn't think we were gonna make it, but then like once we drove to South Florida, we were better. And then once we were there, like we had our own little like beachfront hotel together, and everything was like really nice, and we were like all about each other, and it was like in your head it was like the perfect like romantic vacation, even though we almost like killed each other at my friend's house.
Right.
Like I think I text Noble and I was like, can you fly here?
Oh shit.
Because I just felt like I needed somebody to be there with me, because I didn't want to be around him. He was like getting crazy. And then we went to like this Chinese restaurant by my house in Florida, and he was like, I love you. And I was like, really?
What was that?
I was like, I love you too, because I did love him. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I loved him like the right way. It was more of like an abusive love, but
Right.
it's for another show.
Yeah.
But like, but then the whole day I was like, you love me, and he's like, stop saying it. And I was just like, that just ruined it. Like I
Right.
felt like he's like, we don't have to say it all the time. I'm
Like, you kind of do.
I'm like, yeah, we do. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I just didn't really know that it was genuine.
Yeah.
I asked him though recently. I was like, not recently, like I don't know, a while ago.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like, did we ever say I love you to each other? Because I had totally forgot. And he's like, yeah. I was like, oh, cool. How's your girlfriend? I was like, that is like, I was just curious. I was just trying to see like how often like I've told people I love them.
Right.
So I don't know. I think it's easier when the guy says it. But fuck it, ladies, stand up there. If you love him, tell him. If he doesn't say it back, fuck him.
Yeah, because I think, and the reason why I keep saying like stereotypically is because ladies, women, whatever, like security.
Whoa.
You know?
A little bit of hate there.
No. Like,
Coming back.
It's coming back.
Ladies, women, whatever.
No. They like security. So they don't want to be the they don't want to be the first ones to like reveal themselves. You know?
Right.
Or seem too thirsty.
Imagine if he says no.
You know. Ooh. What? That's not even a proper way to
I love you. No. Maybe not.
That'd be so rude. They're like, oh my god.
I love you.
I love you.
Nah.
Nah.
Yo, that'd be fucking G. Oh my god.
No, but so that's
I
the
ain't
thing.
about that, shorty.
So if the guy says, I love you first,
I
then she feels more secure.
Yeah,
like,
but I think
oh.
someone's ego is gonna get hurt regardless.
Who-
But I don't want somebody to say I love you too, because they feel like that's the response to I love you.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I completely agree and understand. Yeah.
I mean, we had a whole conversation about it. I was like, I've been wanting to tell you, but I wasn't gonna tell you. And then he was like saying something. He's like, oh, isn't there like a saying that whoever says I love you first, the other person has like the more power? I was
Yes.
like, who told you that?
No, that's a thing.
Oh my god, you guys are crazy.
No, it is.
That's a thing.
No. I wish I could look it up right now, but it's not so much that. But yeah, whoever cares less has the more power. That's the thing.
I wish I cared less. I think I care more now.
It's because it's like
That's why they say marry somebody who loves you more than you love them.
yeah. Cuz it's like you're with the person. Let's say you're trying to court somebody, and you like you text them and you want to get to know them and stuff, and they're on the other end and they're looking at their phone. They're like, all right, I'll get to him later. Like the person is mad chill. There's nothing
Right.
to lose with them, but you on the other end, you're freaking out. Like, how come they haven't texted back? Or like, I'm
Right.
sure they got it. Did I pay my bill this month?
Right.
Like you're freaking out, but that person's like playing Madden or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like doesn't even like care. They have the power because they're mad nonchalant about it. They're good. So yeah, the person who cares less has the more power, and it's a shame. It's a shame that
The hand that rocks
That-
the cradle
that
is the hand
exi-
that rules the world. Such a great movie.
I was like, why did you need to fit in your movie?
I don't know.
I was like, what did that have to do with anything?
Nothing. I just want to tell people how Jimmy loves that movie. I made him watch it.
Twice.
If it's on tonight.
Oh, God.
3-peat.
3-peat. That's funny. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
I wonder if there's like a survey that says like who says it more.
Oh, I mean, we can always figure it out and put it on the website.
What do you guys think? Did you say I love you first? Did they say I love you first?
Yeah, like who should say it first? Yeah,
I should ask my mom.
Oh, who said it?
Yeah.
Who said it first? That'd be interesting.
If I texted her right now, she'd be like, "What?"
Do it.
I gotta get my phone.
I'll get it. Hold on.
Oh God, she's gonna be like, "What are you talking about?" Then if she's gonna call, then I'm gonna be like, "I can't talk to you right now." Hold on a second.
Yeah. So while Jennifer's doing that, I'll read this article. It's from Psychology Today, and it says, the article says, "When should you say I love you?" And there's a little part where it says, hold on. Hearing a partner say I love you for the first time is regarded as one of the highlights of a romantic relationship. However, people are often uncertain about when to declare their love, and whether to be the first to do so or to wait until the other has given an indication that they feel the same way. Is there a best time to reveal your heart? Does the timing make any difference or all the difference? When should you say it? And there's a quote by Tyra Banks that says, "You don't have to have a ring on your finger to say I love you." And it goes on, it says, romantic love expresses our genuine attitudes. Revealing our loving heart to a partner is immeasurably valuable for communication and personal flourishing. However, such self-disclosure makes you feel more vulnerable and may put your partner in an uncomfortable situation, especially if his or her attitude is different from yours. Consider, for example, this common and conflicting advice about when to tell your partner, I love you. Go on at least 5 dates. Number 2, say it only after 2 months. Number 3, don't wait too long. Number 4, wait until you're absolutely bursting. Number 5, don't do it before, after, or during sex. Number 6, don't say it when you're very emotional and cannot think rationally. Number 7, don't say it when you want to reward your partner for something. And the last one is, never say it first and don't echo it back until you've spent some extended time together. These examples emphasize the importance of timing. However, is timing more important than honesty and self-disclosure? More plausible advice assumes that there is no precise formula for when to say I love you, and that you should say it whenever you feel that way, without making too many calculations about timing. So there's that.
I just texted her and I was like, "Who said I love you first, you or Daddy?" I said, "Just answer the question."
You didn't even like give her a chance to say anything.
No.
That's funny.
But she might be like in the middle of like getting ready for the city. I'm reading some of the memes. They're like, when she says I love you, she's a keeper. Then they said, the one I like that I don't know if I'm going to use for the meme of the day, but whatever. Says, love is a game. One who says I love you first loses.
Ooh.
Damn. That's what the society thinks of this situation.
Man.
Gee. No one should say I love you before he proves it with his actions. Why does he have to prove it? We should prove it too.
Because that's the thing. Because like that's the way that it goes. Just the same way that the guy is the usual one to propose. You know what I mean? Because again, the girl is ready to go. She's ready. You just gotta ask, which kind of sucks, you know. But then again, maybe it weirds out the guy. You know, I remember when you put on the website, on the Facebook page about that woman who did that extravagant proposal, like in the water.
Oh my God, she was so extra.
There's this. Damn, I had it in my head. Not event. I guess, promotion from this airlines, where the airline helps you with your proposal, and it's ridiculous. Do it however you want, but this person in particular wanted to go scuba diving, so they had the instructor go down there, and they were like, okay guys, you guys can like go down now, and she was like, okay. So the couple went down, and then underwater you see this person with signs, and he's dropping them one by one and saying, like, Clarence, I love you, and you're the greatest person in the world, like, will you marry me? And the guy,
he's like, who are you?
And the guy's like, the guy, it's underwater, so he can't say yes. So like he gives his now fiance the thumbs up, and like he kind of like does this like scuba diving kiss where they just hit each other's like breather thing.
Oh my God!
So it's pretty funny. And then like he comes up and he was like, oh wow, I can't believe like you did that. And then so they get back in the boat and they're going back on land, and then he sees behind him his entire family's there, and he's like, what? And then
I didn't even get that far.
Really?
No, I was just like, this bitch.
Why is she a bitch?
I don't know.
And she's super happy, he's super happy, and he's showing the ring to everyone. And then they get back on the plane, and then the pilot is like, attention passengers, there's Clarence and Samantha here, and they just got engaged. And everyone's like, yay! And they give you like champagne, and everybody's popping bottles with you, and it's insane. I was like, whoa, like an airline does this, and it's insane.
I bet you she said I love you first.
Oh, the girl, the one who proposed, probably, yeah. But the thing is, like, when do you think it's too long to wait? Like let's say if it's like 7 or 8 months, and
you could say 6. I won't be offended.
Oh no. But like, and the guy hasn't said it yet. Like, does him not saying it hurt more, or the actions that he doesn't seem like he loves you hurt more?
I feel like,
you know what I mean?
I feel like if the actions are there and he hasn't said it, I wouldn't be so concerned.
Right, because he's showing it to you.
Because he's showing you, and maybe he's just afraid to say it for the same reasons you're afraid to say it. So, like, I mean, like I said, me and my boyfriend, like, took a very long time to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was, like, 3 months before we kissed.
Right.
So, like, 6 months before saying I love you, I wasn't too shocked.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I just think that, like, if he's showing you, then you should know that he's, like, obviously has feelings for you. And if, like, all the other feelings in a relationship are there, he's there for you, he's supportive, he always touches base with you and all those other things, then him actually saying the words,
yeah, to
me, it's kind of like marriage. Like, although I want to get married,
yeah,
like, it literally is just a piece of paper. So, in my head.
Right.
So it's kind of like...
Yeah, but marriage isn't necessarily what regular couples do.
No, I know, but... I'm just saying, like, if he's showing you, it's just words.
Right. Yeah, right, yeah, I get you.
So, like, it's just words. He just didn't say it yet. So maybe you say it first. And if he doesn't say it back, then be like, you sure act like you love me. Do you know what love is?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need a fucking diagram?
I want to know what love is.
I want you to show me.
Oh, man.
About that.
Good song. If you guys don't know about that, that's sad. Because that's a good song.
But yeah, I mean, they should just be able to cut. My mom is not getting back to me. She's probably like, Frank, who said I love you first? I don't fucking know. That's what's happening at my house right now.
You created a fight.
I know. So my mom's probably like, I bet I said it first.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. All right, let me freaking get to this. This is another article. It's from bustle.com, and it says, this is when most couples first say I love you. So it says, from when you leave your toothbrush at someone's apartment to when to first say I love you, a lot of us wonder if our relationship is progressing at a normal pace. Match did a survey of 2,000 users to find out exactly when relationship milestones happen, and some of them were a big surprise. It takes most people 6 months to leave a toothbrush at someone's house, which I don't understand. Do you carry a toothbrush in your bag for 6 months? Have you seen the bottom of my bag? It's filled with brownie mush and waters and regret. Before you get too hung up on what everybody else is doing, I would stress that you shouldn't get too comfortable into comparing yourself to a norm. Every relationship is different, and just because you haven't hit certain milestones by a certain time doesn't mean you should panic or see it as a red flag. Here's what the survey showed us about the biggest milestones, because I'm so uncool I didn't even realize updating your Facebook status is still a thing. Number 1, saying I love you. So what about those 3 little words? I love you normally comes about 5 months into the relationship, according to a survey, or if you want to be precise, at 144 days. My friend has always thought around the 6 months in is standard, so it lines up. Oh, there you go, 6 months.
Yay.
You good. Number 2 is quickly.
We made it.
We made it. Number 2, quickly followed by the Facebook update. I was sort of surprised to hear that social media updates are after you say I love you. Really? Is Facebook a bigger deal? But at 157 days, it does seem to after the L word. Honestly, most of my friends don't update relationship status at all. I don't even think I have mine on Facebook, but it looks like some people use it as a source of being official. Number 3, we kiss before we hold hands. Another surprising one. Apparently 31% said they would kiss someone new right off the bat, but 34% said they'd need a week or 2 before holding hands. Is it that more intimate than kissing? I guess a kiss is more expected and has a bit more buildup, so maybe that's why it happens first. Number 4, but there's a big range on the sex front. So 27% wait a week or 2 before. So 27% wait between a week or 2 for sex, but around the same amount, 23%, wait a month. So it's pretty spread out. Presumably, the other 50% wait even less or way longer. Further proof that there's no right way to do things. Have sex whenever you feel comfortable. And number 6, 6 months is a big deal. According to the Daily Mail, a whole lot of milestones appear around the 6-month mark. Revealing your imperfections comes across at around 173 days, and the first fight tends to happen around 170 days, and also meeting the parents. Basically, it's when shit gets real. Kudos to all those people who hide their imperfections for 6 months, but why would you want to? Yeah.
I don't know. Why would you?
So, yeah.
I'm not in love on Facebook. That's
Right.
kind of been like a tender topic.
Right.
But
I mean, yeah, it's different. It's different for everybody. Like, with the old relationship with Yoga Chick, I was gonna keep it on the L as well. Just try something different, because I didn't want what is happening right now to have happened and everybody
Right.
know. So I didn't want everybody saying, "Oh, what happened, man? What's going on?" Blah blah blah. And then I'm gonna have to be like Derek from Married at First Sight and be like, "Well, it's over, Oh, Davey. Yeah, so.
yeah, but you want to know something? Speaking of Married at First Sight, they're like, Derek and Heather are like still hanging out with the crew, but just not. They don't like sit with each other.
Of course they don't.
She's an evil bitch, and she just wants to be internet famous.
You that's what you chalk it up as?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I did not like her in the what's it called, in the after the decision episode. It's like, so do you want? Would it be okay if you'd want to see Derek again? And she's like,
No.
nah, I'm good. It's like, he's outside. We could, he could just come right in if you want. It's like, no, I'm good. I don't see him in a romantic way. So I was like, damn. Like, all right, man. I mean, Derek needs a little growing up to do as well, but
Right.
I don't know. I like Derek. But I mean, I guess it's cool that they hang out.
So I'm looking
outside.
at Reddit for an Ask Women thing.
Okay.
And this one woman said, I said it first, 11 months into dating after a kiss. He pulled back and looked spooked. And I said, you don't have to say it back if you don't want to, but I do love you, and I want to be clear about how I feel about you moving forward. I only said it occasionally, never hearing it in return. Oh, Jesus.
Wait, she only said it after a month? Is that what you said?
11 months.
Oh, 11
That's way
months.
too far.
Damn.
2 months later, we were on vacation in New York City. Snow had fallen the day before. Fun day of doing New York City things, whatever the fuck that means. He said, I've always wanted to take a horse-drawn carriage to Central Park. I was like, let's do it. So as the sun is setting in the snow-covered Central Park, children are laughing. Okay, she paints a picture here. He said, there's something I wanted to tell you for months, but it never seemed right. The scheme, I love you too. My husband doesn't come up with these big gestures very often, but when it does, boy, howdy. He says, I'm sorry, I can't read today. He says he felt like the universe was screaming at him, tell her now. A year and a month later?
Yeah, but she dropped the hint. She said my husband. So like he
whatever.
probably proposed. I mean, well, probably he did propose, but I mean like a little bit after that, or at the end of that carriage ride.
I did after 3 months. I was terrified to say it. I said it to him one night in bed. I thought he was asleep. I whispered at the back of his head, and he rolled over and said, I love you too. Oh, my heart.
Oh, now he's all good.
different people.
Oh.
Different people. He said it first about after 4 months. We were cuddling in bed, and I playfully told him to tell me something with your eyes. He almost instantly, his heart rate started going up, and his ears were going red, and his eyes got a bit glassy. And I was like, oh, shit. I know this fucking look, and he's about to tell me some serious shit. Not wanting for him to say it, I asked him what he was trying to tell me. I thought he was about to have a heart attack when he said it, and then cried a little because it was a really intense moment. I said it less than a month afterwards. It was kind of fucking beautiful how happy he looked at the moment. What? These people
What?
are so crazy. This one lady said, I did. My cat still hasn't answered. Oh, cat ladies.
No, it's a big thing, man. Like I remember the joke in Seinfeld. It was an episode where George wanted to say I love you to his woman, and it was in front of Jerry and Elaine. He's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna tell her I love her. He's like, whoa, like really, George? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. It's like have you ever said it? I love you before? He's like once to a dog, and the dog licked himself and ran away. And then he's like, all right, well, saying I love you is big, but are you ready for the I love you return? And then he was like, yeah, I think I'm ready. Because George was like, Jerry was like, well, if you don't get that I love you return, that's a pretty big matzo ball hanging out there. And it's true, man. It's such a, oh my God, it's such a thrilling, frightening thing to just you literally feel the words coming. It manifests from your chest and goes up your esophagus and then blurts out, and you're like, I love you. You're so vulnerable when you say that, and you're like, yo, I don't know what the person's gonna say right now, and then they could be like, oh, I love you too, or like, wait, what?
My mom is like, you text me? I'm like,
yeah, look back at the previous texts.
Hold on, I'm messaging her on Facebook because she's posting right now like a psycho.
Why are you gonna say?
No, I text her. I text you.
Oh, Facebook Messenger?
I was like, I texted you. She's like, when? I'm like, clearly 5 minutes ago. Oh, no, she's not active. What the fuck? I just asked April too because April just called. Nobody's gonna answer us. I know it.
Because they know what we're doing.
I know. Oh wait. Oh. April said she said I love you first.
Oh, April, that's April, the number one fan. Oh, also, speaking of April, thank you, Jennifer. April has a blog.
Yes.
Our number one fan has her own blog. And I'm going to look it up right now so I could,
if you love April's opinion when she is on our podcast, you will love her opinion in about everyday things.
Yes, I wanna get the right things. That's why. What?
On Facebook, it's Miss April Speaks,
Yeah.
MISS April Speaks.
Yeah.
And the podcast, not the podcast, her actual blog can be found at http:// do you have to say all that? MissAprilSpeaks.wordpress.com.
Yeah, there you go.
So we shared it on our Facebook page, so you can check it out. Support the cause.
Yes, and she says this page is about love, inspiration, and life experiences. My voice helping and motivating others to find their voice. So yes, so it's MissAprilSpeaks.wordpress.com. That's where it's at. All right. So April, way to go. We love your page. You're awesome, and we can't wait to have you back on the show. All right. So that's cool that that she said it first. That's awesome.
My mom's still not answering me. She'll tell me, and then I'll tell you guys next week.
Cool.
But someone has to remind me.
No, I'll remind you. But yeah, so I mean, what's the consensus? What's the closing statements? You know, just
do it, Nike.
Just do it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you feel it. I mean, I guess I think the worst thing to do is to do it prematurely. Or do it because you think that you're supposed to do it.
Funny you should say that. My meme of the day is this creepy looking guy, and it says I love you before the first date.
Yeah, so definitely don't do that. I think I kind of like what that first article was talking about, where you should say it when you're bursting at the seams. You know, kind of like what your boyfriend did while doing the laundry. You know,
right.
he couldn't wait anymore. That's why he said fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, fuck it, I love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, do it when you're like bursting at the seams and you really, you know, you really feel it. But don't confuse that for first time.
I don't. I don't know.
Jitters or whatever.
I don't know if you should do it during sex. That is kind of like. I mean, if you did do it during sex, like, and not that it means less, but like, as long as it's not like
the person can take it another way.
Yeah, as long as it's not like bunny sex. You know what I mean?
Oh no. I've done that. I can admit that.
During bunny sex, said I love you.
No, not during bunny sex. I said I love you during sex. That's what I did, and I know that you're not supposed to do that because your feelings are heightened and all that stuff.
Right.
You might not mean it.
I think you probably meant it though.
No, I did.
And I don't think that people don't mean it.
Yeah.
But
it's just weird, you know, when somebody.
Me and Brooklyn never said I love you. Don't. Side note. Friend to the show mentioned to me that Brooklyn might be dating his ex-girlfriend, the one he was dating before me. I was like,
wow.
I was like, oh, good thing he's going through all these throwbacks. Miss me with that.
Miss me with that.
But we never said I love you. But
how long you guys were going out?
We lived together for 3 years.
Oh my God.
Like, no, we lived together for like 2 years. I don't know. It seemed like a really
just
long time.
Bad. Still bad. You know?
We never said I love you. And there was a point where he asked me if I loved him, and I told him I did. And then, like, during sex at one point, he was really drunk. And then he was, like, asking me again during sex, like, oh, you love me? Like, why do you love me? And I'm like, why are we talking about this? Especially if you're not going to say it back. Like,
yeah.
This is not up for a fucking conversation.
Like, aren't you supposed to be, like, doing something right now?
I know, I'm like, shut your mouth.
Focus.
Put something in it. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn.
Here's a boob. Shut up.
I know. I'm like, I don't understand. What if I love you? What does that matter? Like, I think he just wanted to be loved.
But he couldn't give it.
Right, and then he used to tell me his like famous line, which will like scar me through all relationships to come, was, I don't think I know how to love, because if I was supposed to love anyone, I would love you. And I was like, oh, you're broken. I could fix you.
Oh God. Classic chick line.
I know. He's just broken.
Let me get the glue.
I'm like, hold on.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God, what a waste of time.
So okay, so you went out with him you lived with him for 2 years and obviously went out with him. So did you was he showing you love like by actions? That's
I
why.
don't know.
That's why he didn't need to say it.
He was like my best friend who I had sex with.
Right.
That's the worst part.
Yeah.
And that's what made the relationship like so good and so bad and so hard to separate from.
Right.
Like he was the person who I got to hang out with, bug out with, do stupid things with, and like have sex with. Like, we had sex like once and we both fell off the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's not the most romantic thing, but like it was our glue that kept us together.
Right.
Cuz like we just like were having fun.
Yeah.
Even though he did more mean things than he did nice things. You're like that motherfucker.
Oh yeah, always. but I'm just saying like that combination is a wonderful and deadly combination.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if someone's not saying "I love you" back.
You know, no, but
at least your best friend will tell you they love you.
No, but I'm just saying, like, what you had is what everybody strives for in a relationship,
right?
To be with your best friend that you get to have sex with,
right?
You know, because sex is awesome, and being with your best friend is awesome,
right?
You combine the two, forget it, you're done.
But if there's love there, if there's just like high fives there.
Right.
Like I remember one night his homegirl slept at our house. Mm-hmm. I feel like I told the story on the podcast before.
Yeah, you did.
And like he said "I love you" to his girlfriend
and kissed her on the cheek.
And kissed her on the cheek to his friend. He said "good night, love you," and kissed her on the cheek. And then like he didn't even like do that to me ever. Like
he gave you the head bob. All right, Jen.
Like go to bed now, bitch. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh,
I'm like, do you want to sleep on the fucking couch with her?
Oh, man.
Let's not go down this road right now.
Yeah, let's not.
I haven't eaten dinner yet.
That's just crazy. Oh man. No, you're probably right. We probably should have like a podcast on that, like not abusive relationships, but just no, not necessarily abusive relationships, but why do women go through the abuse?
Right.
We should do that. That's a good one. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but you'll know when. But yeah. So again, just say "I love you" when you feel it. You know, don't do it premature or it's just bad. It's just bad if you do, because then you're gonna psych yourself out. You know, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I love you," and she's like, "Oh, I love you too," and then now you're in this realm that you can't go back from. You can't. Once you say "I love you," the relationship either has to go down marriage or over. You know what I mean?
I mean, I've said "I love you" to a lot of people, and I do have love for them. If anything bad were to happen to them, like I obviously would be very upset, and I appreciate every experience that I shared with them.
Yeah, but I'm talking about love, like in love, not "I have love for you." That's
no,
different.
I was in love at the time, but you fall out of love.
Mm-hmm.
Shit happens.
No, I'm just saying, but like I'm saying, you shouldn't put yourself in that position unless you want to be in that position.
You can't help it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess like you have to know that.
Yeah,
you're putting your heart on the line.
Yeah, you need to be sure. You know, when you say, granted, yes, like you're saying, it's not a guarantee that things will like go swimmingly, but I'm just saying, it's like if you're gonna say it, man, you know, be prepared. that's all I mean.
It's fire. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got on that topic.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty much the end of the show. So please, when did you say "I love you"? Have you said "I love you" yet? Or you're in a relationship and you haven't said "I love you" yet, and you don't know how to do it? You know, like give us a call or write to us. We'll probably help you out.
It doesn't need to be a grand gesture.
No, yeah, it doesn't need. I mean, just saying it is the grand gesture.
Yeah, you don't have to be like on a fucking horse and carriage ride in Central Park.
Yeah, you don't.
Nobody's got the time and or money for that. There's
Yeah.
an inflation going on.
Yeah, and it's cold.
And
so.
there's too much traffic.
Exactly. So, you know, hit us up on Gmail, bedlovebeyond@gmail.com. And you also go to our website, www.bedlovebeyond.com. So you can see the articles that we talked about and even more articles. And you can either call us or text us at 201-862-8BED. That is 201-862-8233. And you can check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/bedlovebeyond. You can see more articles, and you can also see our followers and interact with them as well. And you can follow us on social media at BedLoveBeyond on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and YouTube. All right. So, anything else we need to add or nothing?
Not that I can think of. I'm really lazy today.
Nah, you good. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.